The lesson that we're doing today has to do more with our digital life than our school life. So we're talking about some things that go on maybe outside of school, in your personal life, in your relationships with other people. My name is Courtney Pentland. I'm the school librarian at Burke High School, and I work with students in 9th through 12th grade. And the topic that we are discussing, as I told you earlier, is a little bit sensitive. So I do need you to use your maturity and your leadership skills as we look at this. Just make sure that we're keeping everything school appropriate, okay? Today's lesson focuses on sexting, which is a very important topic for our teenagers, where they're kind of coming to make some of those decisions and getting exposed to some of that at this age range. You are going to be using a few apps today on your iPads. You are going to be using Screen Chomp to answer some questions that we'll be doing group discussions with. So you are going to write down on your iPad one way that digital communication can benefit relationships. What do you like about texting?
It's easy. It's fast.
Easy to do?
Yeah.
What are some things that maybe aren't so great? Okay, write those down. I've found that it works really well to allow students to write their answers down and share them either on a whiteboard, or in this case we used an iPad, where they can write their answers down and hold them up. And they don't have to say anything out loud. It's a really good way for giving everyone a chance to communicate on a topic that maybe they wouldn't feel comfortable doing so. Sometimes people aren't entirely sure what sexting is. It is sending of photos or videos of a sexual nature. Even though this lesson is not taught in an English classroom, it is something that does cover English language arts standards. What we ask for them to do is to jot down the information that they find relevant, to put vocabulary words into their own terms, so that they're able to take that information that they have just learned and put it into something that they understand, that they'll be able to recall. And by putting it in their own words, it helps them process that information a little bit better, which helps synthesize the information. We're going to watch a video about a young lady who made a choice to send a photo to an ex-boyfriend, and we are going to find out what happened as a result of that.
This is the biggest mistake of my life.
19-year-old Allie is talking about sexting, and it's something you've probably been hearing a lot about lately.
Sexting.
Sexting.
Sexting isn't flirty talk or even dirty talk. Sexting is...
We start with that video to kind of spur our next part of our discussion, which is the consequences. We look really at personal and social consequences, which I think a lot of teenagers are aware of, that humiliation factor. What if my parents see this? How would my school life be changed? So they kind of understand that personal part of it. Besides it being spread around to everybody, what are some other consequences? What could happen negatively as a result? And we're doing this on Screen Chomp so that I can see it. The nice thing about this lesson is that students get to hear and discuss a variety of viewpoints. So they get to see the perspectives not only of Allie in the video, but of their classmates. And they hear answers that maybe they wouldn't have thought of on their own. We're going to talk about how do we deal with this situation if it comes up for us. We are going to look at how to handle this situation in the context of a relationship that's going on between Jake and Shayla. 16-year-old Shayla and her boyfriend Jake have been dating for a month. They're doing pretty well. Things are going good. They've been flirting a lot online and through text. Well, one night they stay up late texting each other, and this is a conversation that starts. Jake says, "So what are you wearing?" And Shayla says, "Wouldn't you like to know?" Little flirty talk back and forth again. Like I said in the video, this is not sexting. Jake, "Hopefully nothing. Why don't you show me?" And Shayla says, So he is very specifically asking her to send him a naked picture. What I want you to do is to come up with what Shayla should or would say back to him. Is there a way to handle this so that Jake and Shayla are still talking, or do you care? If somebody asked you a question like that, would you drop them in a hot minute?
I was like, it's crazy. Like, some people do that, and then they just basically just ruin their lives.
It'll make me think more, like when I'm sending, before I press send.
I know people who have done it, and just, for the most part, they don't know the full extent of the consequences, but also because they are asked to and they just say yes.
if you're done writing, hold up your iPad so I can see it. We have only been dating a month, so I'll wait. I don't think I should, but I still want to talk to you. Good. If you love me, you wouldn't make me. If you cared, you wouldn't want that. Okay?
I have to go to bed.
I have to go to bed. Sorry. Good night. That is frowned upon by the law. No thanks. Sorry. Not sorry. Yeah. Sorry, but not sorry. Oh, you'd act like your mom? I don't know if I want to know what that means.
No, like that's a good thing. Like you know,
Oh, gotcha.
like this is her mother.
Okay, you would pretend you were your mom and be like, I don't think so. Stay away from my daughter. They were really trying to think of, well, how would I say that? What would be something that would be a benefit or a drawback? They were very willing to share and talk about what we were discussing today with a great amount of maturity. So you have no control. Once that picture is sent from you to somebody else, the power is now in their hands. Once it's sent from you, it's out of your hands.